sorry about that. My batteries had went out. But anyway, what I was getting ready to go into is, you know, I'm not liking what's being depicted on TV. I'm not liking the relationships that we as women are having with one another, especially on TV. And for it to now be depicted on TV is showing you that because TV only shows a lot of what is going on. So for this to be so in the forefront like this, the relationships that women hold with men, the relationships that women have with women, family, we need to get our shit together. Because this shit is looking so goddamn disgusting and crazy. Oh my God. I mean, this shit is looking bad by the day. I mean, on some real shit. This shit is looking so goddamn bad. It's ridiculous. I was watching, like I was talking about, the man with all these kids and shit. That shit is so fucking disgusting. I don't even understand. So that means that the chicks in Atlanta, you don't know, because that's 17 women that just got a baby. But the women that he been fucking with, can you imagine how many motherfuckers been going in and out of this motherfucker right here? Oh my God. So, because the reason why I was talking about Atlanta a few minutes ago, because Atlanta is not that big. Atlanta is not that big at all. Okay? Excuse me, there's a fly in here. God damn it. When you look at the size of Atlanta, Atlanta can sit inside of LA like 2 or 3 times, like twice. I don't know exactly the size of it, but I know that shit can sit inside of LA like a couple times. That's how big LA is. LA is so motherfucking big, whereas there's like, in the city of Los Angeles, we have maybe about 5 different area codes. Area codes that you call, like, it's 213-323-310, 424, 562, 818, 213. All of these is a whole, but because LA is huge, Los Angeles County is like ridiculous. Okay, so I say that to say, in Atlanta is not that big. And for all these women, 17 of these motherfuckers, to be fucking this one dude at some point in time, and he done made 34 goddamn kids, man, I'm cool. It was so disgusting on so many levels. And I'm certain somebody that knows somebody probably watched my channel, and or probably, because I have a lot of silent watchers, because and all of us do, because you can have 58,000 subscribers, but your view count ain't but 5,000, 8,000, maybe 15. That means you have a lot of silent watchers as well. That means that they subscribe to your channel because they subscribe to what it is that you're into. But I might not watch her stuff all the time or his stuff all the time, but I subscribe because I'm down with what you got going on. Now, like on certain cases, like on my case, I might not have that many subscribers. Well, to some that might be a lot, but for me, I'm a baby as far as subscribers is concerned. But but look at my, you look at your views though. You know what I'm saying? Your overall views, not just for this video and that video. No, like your overall views. And when you start getting into the millions, then therefore that means you have a lot of silent watchers. A lot of people, they might not agree or totally agree with your get down on how you roll. But I like this motherfucker. Something about this motherfucker that, I just gotta, tune in and see what's happening. So, and that's fine. But it goes to show that you don't know who's watching you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm certain that there is somebody that probably watched me that probably knows somebody that's in that circle right there. Because you got 34 children, 17 different women, and that ain't even counting the women that you was fucking with that didn't get pregnant. Nigga, you out there, oh my God, this was so, oh my God. And then he would go in and out of trying to play the victim. Then he would try to switch the shit around and, get them to basically turn on themselves. When they arguing and these chicks was all, mad and twisted up with each other, he just sitting there. I mean, it was just, oh my God. And then every time he would walk out, he would slam the door, throw his book. And I'm like, you know what? You's a big ass fucking kid. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. And see, it's here that are not really men, they're really grown boys. Because I'm gonna roll that into last night when I was watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sitting up here, it's just showing that so many women are trying so hard to get on. And so many women want to be taken care of. So many women, and I fall in that category. I've been taken care of. I have been a kept woman. Okay, I raise my hand. I've been her. Okay, so I understand, but I had a husband though. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a kept woman by all kind of niggas. Now niggas that I was fucking with, and hell yeah, motherfucking niggas that I fuck with, yeah, nigga was happening. But nonetheless, I was kept by my husband. And it's crazy that in the black community, a lot of black women feel like, nigga, you ain't shit if you ain't, okay, well, all you do is sit around on your ass, and all you do is do this right here. And shit, like one young lady told me one time, well, I want to see you get up and get your kids up for school and all. Baby, if that's not my reality anymore. That's not my reality anymore, boo-boo. I'm sorry. It's not. So, then therefore, if that's what you into, then therefore that's fine, but respect the get downs of others. But then, if one of my, damn, this fly. But if one of my white sisters hit me up, and so she doesn't have a problem whatsoever or see anything wrong with my life or my lifestyle with, living a pretty decent life and, having a decent car to drive and having a decent home. Other women don't find a problem with that. But I found that some black women, I won't say all, but some black women tend to have a problem with that. And they feel like, well, nigga, you ain't really part of our club because you ain't struggling. You ain't dealing with what we dealing with. And you ain't doing what we gotta do. And you ain't got to deal with all this right here. What? I mean, either way, okay? But it's crazy. But it's a trip that, the way black women are being depicted on TV right now is looking real motherfucking crazy. And especially on these reality shows. It is, oh my God, this shit is getting from bad to worse. I mean, they were fighting and shit. Now they just out here just fucking motherfuckers and trying to get on. You cannot get on with pussy, boo-boo. You cannot, let me be clear. You cannot get on with pussy. Okay, Corinne, she did all that right there. She made her book and shit, but see, some bitches was raised to play Monopoly. I'm one of them. So then, therefore, I know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. And there's a lot of chicks that do. A lot of bitches are real smart. Some of us just look crazy, and some of us might talk a little crazy, but some of us are really, 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 really smart. And when I say real smart, a person that you guys don't have not a clue about, and a lot of motherfuckers are sleeping on, but I happen to have been in her company. I've happened to talk to her and kind of, I won't, get into too much, but you know what I'm saying? We've had a couple of exchanges. And as a matter of fact, you invited me to your party. She had a little, like a little sip and see type of get down, and it was a pool party and everything, and that was Miss Jackie Christie. When I tell you, boss, listen, boss, family, boss, I mean, laid. She played her cards right. She's a kept woman. She's kept by her fucking husband, okay? You can only do what a motherfucker allows. And why not? If this is your husband and your husband is blessing you with this, then who the fuck else can say anything about what you got going on? So the fuck what? Them niggas might be this and that or that kind of marriage or whatever, but so the fuck what? She has laid a life, so the rest of her life she will be comfortable. And that's what the fuck you supposed to do. And that is what I'm saying to my women that are also kept and have also been in situations where men have taken care of you. Ladies, do yourself a justice. I understand that you guys are young, but start putting some shit to the side. Start laying motherfucking groundwork and foundation and sowing seeds for the rest of your motherfucking life. So when you get in your 40s, then therefore, nigga, it's like, what's happening? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Yes. And you're living a decent ass life. You're comfortable as fuck, and that is living, where you're able to travel and you're able to do and you're able to buy and you're able to do. That is living. But I also understand the flip side to it, and there's so many women that are bitter. And you know what? I've come to realize the reason why a lot of women are so bitter because a lot of women haven't really been loved. I think that's where the pain lies there. And so there are so many women that have not been shown love. They don't know how to give it either. So they fail in their relationships with men. They don't know how to be good girlfriends. So they fail at the relationships with them, i.e., old girl last night on this motherfucking show. Now, whether her and this young lady here, had whatever type of relationship they had, nonetheless, the blonde, I don't know her name, excuse me, but she's a little invested into their friendship. You know what I'm saying? She's invested, but she's invested to a person that is wounded though. Because this young lady here has been hurt. You could tell, oh girl that was fucking with Ray J, oh my God. The stories that this young lady can tell, you could tell she's bottled up with a lot of pain. And it's all over her, it's all over her face, and she's a pretty young lady. But her anger and her readiness to fight, that drinking and all that stuff is an escape from the real motherfucking problems that's have her so caught up, if you will. It's the past pain that got this young lady so caught up. I can't blame it on Ray J. Ray J was just merely a pebble in her path of progress, because I truly believe this is some shit that stemmed a long time ago. And see, it will make you a certain type of way. You gotta have a different type of coping mechanism. Some people will eat themselves to death, and some literally to death. Some will drink excessively. Some will shop profusely. Some will be into drugs. Some will be in promiscuity. Different things. People take on their stressors a different type of way. And that's why I don't understand why some women feel like, bitch, I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I got this. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. But not understanding that you're not, boo. Because you're battling some shit too. You battling some shit for you to even comment back to this motherfucker. Then tells me that, hey, because I know I'm battling some shit. I'll be first one going on say it. Okay, I'm battling some shit. I got some past pain that eats my ass up almost on a daily motherfucking basis. No, excuse me, because I think I done graduated from that shit. But from time to time, I revert back. I look at my marriage. Now I'm looking at my kids and certain things now that would take me into a tyrant. Okay, my subsequent relationships with men. But all of these things that I've been through, it stemmed a long time ago, and just along my path and along my journey, people have come in and out of my life or whatever have you, and I dealt with them, I guess, differently and separately or whatever the case. But for me, I ate myself to death, but not to death, but I ate too goddamn much. Let's just go and say that, okay? And that was my coping mechanism. That's how I dealt with it. I dealt with it by eating. It wasn't until, because hell, you can still get the gastric bypass and still be fat as a motherfucker, because you got to get this right here together. Okay, you got to get this. Have you noticed a lot of motherfuckers that have had the gastric bypass, a lot of motherfuckers gain their shit back? Or you look at a motherfucker and be like, well, damn, you had the gastric bypass, but bitch, ain't you 247? God damn, motherfucker. Okay, well, she hasn't gotten to the root of her problem. And sometimes weight is that's just your friend. You know what I'm saying? That's your insulation. You know what I mean? That's the garden of your heart, and it's make you guarded and standoffish because you got this, all this exterior. You know what I'm saying? As like a barrier or armor, and shit like that. But then, wow, I could talk about this shit forever. I could talk about this shit forever. But that when I watched that last night, this young lady is hurting. I mean, this young lady is hurting. I mean, like big time. And I did not like. This was so fucked up, and I hate that they even made him look like this. For Ray J to come and bring all this lady sanitary this and that, her undergarments, her this and that, and you gonna come, but that lets you guys know that a lot of these shows are somewhat scripted, and they set it up in such a way to whereas they make shit happen, and they give you a couple of drinks, they get you turned up, so then therefore you can show the fuck out. Because if she's having some kind of this and that with her girls, who the fuck told him where the fuck they was gonna be at? Oh, we gonna be on the corner of La Cienega and whoop de whoop. I mean, who told him that? How would he know to come straight to where they were, to have all her shit with a motherfucking Home Depot box and throw her shit out like that? That lets you know that the shows, come on now. And then, but if you really look at it, I saw some things, because I'm a thinker. And when I hear shit and see shit, I gravitate to things and I hold on to things and I'll table them till another time. There were certain little subliminal things that was given out that was like, whoa, wow, whoa. That's just like Omarion's mom. Now, first of all, looking at this lady, you can tell that she's had a past. Past that ain't been too good. I don't know her medical history. Ain't none of my business no motherfucking way. However, but I can look at you and tell. You can look at people and tell when they've had drugs in their system. You can look at motherfuckers and tell. I'm talking about crack. I'm talking about PCP. I'm talking about that kind of drug. When they've been on some serious illicit motherfucking drugs. Now, we gonna probably turn your lips dark. Some motherfuckers that do that. But make your eyes not, the scurla of your eyes, meaning the white part of your eyes, not so white anymore sometimes on some folks, you know what I'm saying? But that could be a liver problem or a kidney problem, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be a glaucoma problem. It could be a whole bunch of motherfucking things. It could also be a cholesterol problem, the reason why a lot of people's scurla isn't really white. But, smoking weed pretty much make you slow. Like that kind of shit. Make you move in slow motion. Make some motherfuckers a little funny, a little colorful. That's what it do for me. But when you look at a motherfucker that had some type of drug problem, when you look at Keisha Cole, mama, you can tell that this motherfucker, listen, the pipe, the needle, the motherfucking stick, the goddamn primo, or however the fuck else, the shit was laced in this, they dipped it in that, all that. You can look at her and tell. You can look at her and tell because, first of all, she got that meth mouth. Meth mouth is when women lose their teeth. Men too, but for the most part, a lot of times you see it in women. And they lose their teeth or the enamel of their teeth. Their teeth is trying to get away from one another. You know what I'm saying? Whereas their teeth become gapped out and their gums are kind of receding away from the enamel of their teeth.